Now that we understand how developmental trauma affects the brain, let's explore how it can show up in sports and recreation settings. Childhood trauma can impact many areas of a child's life, including emotions and behaviour, physical health and body sensations, self-image and relationships, memory and communication. While every child is different, there are some common patterns to be aware of.
Emotions and behaviour. All children, regardless of their trauma experiences, communicate their emotions through behaviour. Think toddler tantrums and impulsive reactions. Young children often need more support to manage this than older children. For those who've experienced developmental trauma, their emotional responses might be more frequent, intense, or triggered by things that might not affect other children. These children may be more sensitive to perceived threats or danger and often need extra emotional support to feel safe. They're not behaving badly, they're reacting from a brain that's been wired to protect them.
Physical health, body sensations. Developmental trauma leaves traces all throughout the body, thanks to toxic stress chemicals. Think about all of the physical impacts we know can come from high and chronic levels of stress. This might look like feeling tense and rigid, headaches or stomach aches, poor sleep, high heart rate, general tiredness. These are unpleasant things for anyone to experience. Now think about how that would feel for a child.
Physical symptoms can impact children's ability to participate in sport. They might seem tired or feel unwell more often. It could also affect their attendance. Another physical impact from developmental trauma can be insensitivity to sensory input. Children might be unusually sensitive or undersensitive to things like noise, light, touch, or smell. Keep in mind that sporting and activity environments can at times be overstimulating. There may be lots of movement, whistles, blowing, people yelling, shoes squeaking.
Children who have a lot of sensory sensitivity might get burnt out by these environments more quickly and need a break or time to decompress. Trauma can also affect motor skills and coordination, meaning some children may take longer to learn and master new physical skills. Sport can be a great way for kids to catch up with these types of skills, and coaches can help by spending a little more time assisting and encouraging them.
Self-image and relationships. Our early relationships shape how we see ourselves and others. Children who've had consistent, nurturing care often see themselves as worthy of love and respect. They have a positive rulebook for how relationships tend to go and for how they see themselves.
But children with developmental trauma can learn to see themselves as bad and see adults as untrustworthy, unsafe, and that nobody cares about them. They develop a negative rulebook, which can take a long time to rewrite. Children's past experiences with unreliable or unsafe adults can affect how they relate to their coaches and peers. They might react defensively or aggressively to feedback, seem guarded or indifferent, try to control situations or people to avoid getting hurt.
Or on the other end of the spectrum, children might be overly compliant. This behaviour can be harder to spot because it is unlikely to cause much disruption. But if children don't speak up for themselves, we might not know what their feelings and needs are. It can also make them vulnerable to being taken advantage of. Understanding these behaviours as protective responses can help coaches respond with reassurance and support.
Memory and communication. When a child is constantly on alert, their brain prioritises survival over learning. When we're in survival mode, we are less good at recalling information and interpreting verbal instructions, skills that use working memory and the thinking brain.
In sport, we might use working memory and our thinking brain too. Remember drills or sequences, keep track of teammates or game flow, understand multiple step instructions or verbal feedback, which might also use some unfamiliar concepts and words specific to your sport. When kids don't understand or recall what you have asked them to do, they might mask with other behaviours. To you, this might look like refusal, defiance, distraction, mucking about, but actually it could be that they haven't fully understood or remembered what you said.
The key takeaway across all these areas, there's often more going on beneath the surface.